Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a quick process video for you today. I am going to be covering this journaling Bible using the Pocket Journaling Bible Kit from Bythewell4God. This is the one that they designed for December that has a beautiful nativity scene and some just neutral colors. And then I really love these bold fabrics that they have this month. So it's like this really traditional like red and green, but it's got the black. I don't know. I just really love how kind of bold and everything that this is. So I'm just showing you some of the fabrics that come in this kit this time. And I am going to use this one that's like a collage kind of look to it. I thought about using the trees, but I just really loved this fabric with like the script writing and everything on it. So this is the fabric that I'm going to be using. So I'm just pulling out a couple of my little clips here. I got these clips at the grocery store in the automotive department. I get asked that a lot. But any kind of clips, even safety or paper clips will work. These are just what I've had on hand for bookbinding forever. So they just work well for me. You can get similar ones at dollar stores, I believe, as well. So as always, I'm just going to start out by kind of dry fitting this big piece here just to make sure that I have it kind of where I want it. This is a part, for some reason I had to fiddle with this a lot this time. I don't know why. I don't know if the fabric was just a different kind of fabric and it just kept feeling like it was sliding around on me or whatever, but which is why I put the clips on there when I'm doing this so that when I go to glue it, I will make sure that I have enough to wrap the entire thing. So I'm just kind of making sure I have this where I want it. And then I realized I didn't have it kind of centered on this piece. So then I had to move it again and then re-clip the whole thing. And, you know, sometimes this is just the way it goes. I end up kind of fiddling with it quite a bit. But if you've been on my channel at all before, you've seen me cover multiple of these little Bibles. I think they are a great little project. They're a great gift. They would be a great Christmas gift. They would be a great birthday gift, a gift of encouragement. You could, whether you fill it out for somebody or you just give it to them to do, it's just an easy project. It's a quick project to cover this. And then I have done everything from sermon notes to word studies to just scriptures that I felt like were going to encourage a friend, and all kinds of different projects that I have done with these little Bibles. I tend to do one every month. I just really enjoy this project. So as always, I am using a Cocoina glue stick. This is a great glue to use for this because it is a paste. It's a starch-based adhesive, so it's not going to seep through the fabric unless you just really, you know, goop it on there like a liquid adhesive would. You could certainly, you know, use Fabri-Tac or something like that. This just gives a good working time and everything, so I just really like that glue. And then I decided I wanted to add just a little bit of this little, to me it reminds me of like an old candy stripe fabric here, but I just wanted just a little bit. I didn't want it to take away from the cover too much, and so I'm just really kind of doing this almost just around the binding. So I took that one piece and I actually tore it so that I would have those kind of frayed edges, and so I tore it down quite a bit, made it smaller so that it basically just wraps around the spine there. And again, just using that Cocoina glue to glue all of that down. And then now I'm going to start working inside. I need to cut my little sections here around the text block. I just make a couple of little V's on the beginning and the ending of my text block. Ignore my little sticky note over there on the right. I had some notes over there for some color swatches, which is hilarious, but I never noticed that when I'm working, so I apologize if that's distracting. Anyway, then I'm just going to cut a little bit off the corners. It just makes it easier, less bulky around the corners when we go to wrap that part. And now I'm going to work on this back cover. So I'm going to go and kind of add glue here in a couple different places. I'm going to start with the short side here, and then I'm going to work my way around this corner. You've seen me do this before if you've seen my channel, but I'm just adding glue and kind of pleating this section as I go around. And then I'm going to do kind of the bottom, and I'm sort of doing these in tandem so that it just makes it easier for the pleating part. So I'm just kind of pleating it, adding more glue, pleating it, adding more glue, and then wrapping this alongside And then I will put a couple of those little clips right there on the corner, just because that's like the bulkiest part. And there's so many layers of fabric and glue. And then just adding a little bit of glue for those extra pieces of fabric from the cover. Just make sure everything is nice and stuck down. And then I'm going to do this same exact process on the other cover. The same exact way, just pleating around the corners. And then I will go ahead and add a little bit of glue on these little sections that are going to kind of tuck down into the spine. I'm just using a really fancy paper clip that I opened up, and I just added a little bit of glue in there, and then I'm just kind of poking it down. I'm sorry, I'm off camera here a little bit. I had to get it close to me so I could see what I was doing. And then I'm just going, I wanted to make sure the two pieces of fabric were glued together. So, and then I added a little bit of adhesive, and then you can see I'm just tucking it down in there. And this works best if you kind of flay open the cover, kind of push the covers back on themselves. It just opens up that little section on the spine, and you're able to tuck that fabric down in there really easily. And Bythewell4God includes these end papers, so you can cover up all the rough edges of the fabric. And these are pre-cut. They're already ready for you. All you have to do is add adhesive. It makes this process really, really simple. The little journaling cards that are for this Bible are cut perfectly to fit, even with the little rounded edge and everything. They just, Bythewell just does a really good job of making these really a nice, easy, simple project to do. So I just added a little bit of parchment paper back there so I didn't get glue everywhere. And I like to start with like the flyleaf part, or not, the little end paper there, and get that nice and lined up first. And then I will add adhesive to the other side that's actually going to go onto the cover. I just find I get the best results this way and make sure that that one piece is good and covered. And then when I'm doing that, I kind of stick my fingers down into the gutter of the spine and tuck it in as I am folding it around. And then I'm just going to add my little clips there to keep everything held down while I work on the other side, and just give that a few minutes to dry. And it doesn't take long to do that, but I will actually set this under some heavy books for a couple hours just to really get that glue time to cure. But this is everything. I am going to use this piece to create like a closure around the outside, but I'm going to do that after I have filled it so that I know how big that closure needs to be. So anyway, if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.